Did QAnon warn us that crisis actors may be used in the Parkland shooting aftermath? Hi, I'm Craig, and welcome to Just Form Talk. First of all, I want to start by saying thank you so much to all my subscribers. Everybody who's come here to the landing page and hit that subscribe button, you guys are the salt of the earth. You guys are what make this channel possible, and without you guys, this channel will be nothing. So I just want to say thank you first and foremost to every one of you. Now, if you are new to this channel, please go ahead and click the red subscribe button right here on my landing page, and make sure you click the bell if you want notifications, and that way you'll get my videos as soon as they're posted. But tonight we're going to talk about a very interesting subject to me, fascinating. I've heard a lot of comments on it in most of the boards on my videos, and as I've said before, that's where the meat and potatoes of this channel lies. So looking here, this is an older post by Q, and he's talking about the mainstream media, and this is from February 11th, so this was 3 days before the shooting. Now, is it strange to you or me that they were pinned for what they were by this one simple meme? It's really fascinating to me how certain things have staying power and they can cause a cause and effect, you know. So did this have that hurtling push toward we need something to change the news cycle, we need something to divert away from the fact that you know, the complete I guess you would call irony, or the hypocrisy, I guess would be more appropriate, of what the mainstream media pushes versus what they actually believe, is just demonstrated right here. If you look through this meme that was put together by an ANON that I think Q said was perfect and dead on. We can go back and read exactly what Q said, but Q says, in response to this meme, ask yourself, why is North Korea participating in the Olympic Games this year? Ask yourself, why is the sister with pens? Ask yourself, if controlled, how might you protect yourself and look for a way out? Ask yourself, what is a distraction? Ask yourself, why did Korea come together as a country versus North and South? Ask yourself, what occurred in Asia, referencing the pictures just prior to the Olympic Games? Ask yourself, what does freed mean? Ask yourself, do we want war? Ask yourself, who is trying to start a war? Ask yourself, if a missile was launched by rogue actors, what would be the purpose? Ask yourself, what should immediately start a war? Ask yourself, would the public understand the following statement? Rogue actors, clowns, as in the CIA, U.S. former heads of state, initiated a missile launch in order to force the U.S. into a war conflict against X. Be the honest we know you are. Those who cannot understand that we cannot simply start arresting without first ensuring the safety and well-being of the population, shifting the narrative, removing those in D.C. through resignation to ensure success, defeating ISIS MS-13 to prevent fail-safes, freezing assets to remove network-to-network abilities, and kill off the continuity or the chain of command to prevent top-down comms, orgs, etc. should not be participating in this discussion. So Q lays it out here. I mean, to me, it's clear as day. But for everyone who's watching, let me try to draw this together in some logical and rational way. Okay, so imagine if the hypocrisy here and the outright blatant two-faced nature, the doublespeak of these false prophets on the news is just simply being exposed for the fact that there's an actual potential hot conflict on the horizon, and we're diverting by all means necessary, or by any means necessary I should say, the public's attention away from that using these rogue actors and former heads of states who will stop at nothing to basically destabilize this country to protect their own interests. I don't think that's an unfair summation of it all, and I want to point out, you know, you guys are the audits. I check the boards every day. I check all my comment boards. I check all my Reddit streams. I check all the ANON posts. I pretty much go everywhere I can to get as much information as is humanly possible. And, you know, there's so much out there, especially on our comment boards. We have so many uniquely talented and smart individuals that it's really impressive to listen to it. But, you know, this is what he's saying. I mean, I think this sums up everything right here. those who cannot understand that we cannot simply start arresting without first ensuring the safety and well-being of the population. Shifting the narrative, okay? He says safety and well-being of the population, and shifting the narrative, removing those in D.C. Through resignation to ensure success. You don't think that when those resignations started dropping and proving Q right, that people got really scared at the top? And you don't think that there is a lot more to this whole conflict, the Olympics, the Asia coming together, the possibility of North Korea being some kind of CIA site? I'm not sure. You guys will have to fill me in on that in the boards. I've heard a lot of things about it, but so, I mean, just think about this, okay? So if we're logically thinking this through, what is the ultimate distraction to everything? All right, and it's some sort of false flag operation. And what we have in Parkland in no way, shape, or form has been confirmed as such, but it would be very, very interesting to see all of these. It'd be an interesting set of coincidences for all of these things that have come together after this incident to be just coincidence. So first, let's look at this David Hogg, okay? And the CBTS stream has been just destroying this person. I don't know him. I don't cast any dispersion. I have no ill will. It's just, let's look at the facts for what they are. This is him in a report from August of 2017 in California, where he was on the news because his friend had been yelled at for putting his big boogie board on top of a trash can by a lifeguard. But get this, in the video you'll actually see that the lifeguard refers to the kid who David Hogg was defending as a snowflake. So was this his like audition? Was this his first audition to get into the whole crisis actor mode? Now, I'm not saying that that's true. I'm just saying I'm asking questions, and I think that's my constitutional right, and as it is everyone's constitutional right to ask the questions of what this is. So, and then you see him here on February of 2018 here talking about how he is this kid, and we're going to go into some videos of him where you can tell he's reading a script, okay? I've done it before. I've produced videos before. I've done a lot of stuff like that, amateur. And I know what it looks like when your eyes are looking off the screen away from the camera and you're not looking at the camera. You're reading something that's set off to the side of the camera. And you'll see in one of the videos I'm about to show you that it's fairly obvious. But I'm going to let you guys be the judge of that. Okay, so first we're going to watch his report here from August of 2017 in California. And we're going to play that right now.
Don't take this the wrong way, but can you go away?
David Hogg says his 17-year-old friend put his boogie board on this beach trash can. And when a lifeguard asked him to move it, he did. But then the situation took a turn.
He said, I didn't know it was a crime to put your board on the trash can, because he just didn't want it to get sandy.
That's when David says the lifeguard approached, and he started recording.
We clear?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. I'm not your parents.
No, you're not, so why don't you off?
I don't know you.
I don't
You've
either.
never been down here. So don't think you're going to come down here and lip me.
David posted the video on YouTube, and in just a couple of days has gone viral.
We felt threatened. We felt we're just worried, and he seemed unpredictable.
A captain with LA County Fire who oversees Redondo Beach Lifeguard says the incident is being reviewed by Internal Affairs. We show the video to beachgoers who had mixed opinions.
Stepped over the line.
Yeah, but you know everything. So I'll let you go. Tiny little special snowflake world.
The lifeguard then asked the boy to never come back.
So he says he's a special little snowflake world. All right, now the next video is going to be a video that was put together that basically shows what this David Hogg sounds like when he goes to all of his different modes where you can tell that he's forgetting his lines.
Training or discipline is warranted.
Because we had a fire alarm earlier that day, and that was a drill. So we thought this was a drill too, just another one. Because we have a lot of fire alarms, a lot of fire drills at the school. After we heard the first gunshot, we initially thought it was a drill. Actually, that was a bad choice. Actually, that was a bad choice because the janitor... Sorry.
It's okay. You're fine, David. You're fine.
Honestly, when I was going out, I was kind of... When I was going out, I was in shock.
Just saying, I don't know how to put this in perspective. Okay.
So most of my friends that made it out One of them went into a bathroom in the same, I believe, in the same hallway as the shooter. Oh, hold on. One of them went into the same bathroom, I believe, as the hallway shooter. He was in there at the same time, and he was in the bathroom, and he didn't know if he was going to live.
I was in my
So did any of that really seem that convincing to you? To me, that sounded like a person who has been given a script to memorize and doesn't remember anything and is drawing a blank and keeps drawing a blank and trying to stumble his way through his lines, as I've seen before, which is fairly obvious and apparent when you see it firsthand. But now here's another great example where, you know, this person actually denotes that he's clearly reading from a teleprompter or a script. So you guys watch and be the judge for yourself.
environmental science class when the first gunshot echoed through the hallways. We never had an active shooter drill at my school, and though we did talk about what to do in this type of situation, nothing could have prepared us for this. Politicians, and more importantly, the American public, must take action if we're going to prevent the next shooting. To elected officials, I say this: don't lie to us. Don't make any more false promises, because when you do, children die. For the unfortunate individuals that were at my school, I ask that this be a time of togetherness, and something that is going to be always remembered, not only as a terrible incident, but as a turning point in American history, where students speak up and speak out when the politicians won't. I understand the importance of interest groups and how oftentimes they're necessary to continue a political agenda. However, when that agenda involves putting the lives of children at risk, how can you justify it? I support the Second Amendment, but for God's sake, how can we knowingly pass bills and laws that are in direct opposition to saving kids' lives? Sandy Hook, the Pulse nightclub shooting, and Vegas, just to name a few. What legislation was passed in response? The answer to that question is little, if any. This President's Day, I think it's important that we come together as a nation and see each other's viewpoints and respect each other as fellow Americans. But this tragic event must never be forgotten, because once it is, there will be another one, and another one. We need to stand up, go out and vote, talk to your legislators, and get educated.
For we wrestle not against...
So there you go. That's just another fascinating thing. You can see the president on his tweet here, on his Twitter account, saying not too long ago, whether we are Republican or Democrat, we must now focus on strengthening background checks for guns. I'm not opposed to that. You know, strengthen the background check. Yes, maybe we find a way to somehow look at somebody's personal file so that if they've been diagnosed with a major mental issue that then they can't have a gun. But I mean, even then, any kind of restriction on the right to own gun, I'm really weary about. I don't want the government dictating who can and can't own guns besides a few very certain principle and basic announcements where, like, you can have criminals who are felons who can't own guns. Okay, that's fair. You can have basically that's it. I mean, I'm not really that strict on it, and I think that, you know, if, in my opinion, now I'm just gonna preface it by saying in my opinion, but if people were armed at that school, if there were armed guards, if there were armed teachers, if there was even a student who happened to have a shotgun, well, I don't want to say a student who happened to have a shotgun, I guess, but I would more appropriately say a good Samaritan driving by who happened to have a shotgun, who heard shots fired and decided to go help instead of running away. This all could have really saved a lot of lives. And I think for most people who argue with that, they just don't know guns. They just think they're these tools of the Neanderthals, and that, you know, they get up and have their own mind and they go kill people, or they hypnotically get people to do that. So that to me is just a false equivalency. And I just want to thank everybody for watching. Thanks for stopping by Just to Inform Talk. Please leave your thoughts in the comments. That's where the real meat and potatoes of these episodes lies. And I love to hear what you guys think. I have some incredible people who have some incredible insights. And if you haven't, check out my Patreon page. If you want to go to Patreon, it's patreon.com. And it's a cool website. You can find all of your top favorite YouTube artists. Go check your own art, your favorite content creators out. And if you want, you can go ahead and hit up here in the search bar, and you can click Just Inform. You can put that in, and you'll see me pop up right here. You go ahead and click my page, and it'll pull you up to here. if you want to become a patron, go ahead and check out the red Become a Patron button. And as a part of whatever you can donate, I mean, anything helps. Just to become a patron. My first goal is to reach 100 patrons, and I will create a video once we hit our 100 patrons where I mention each of the first 100 patrons by name and thank you all individually. So that in of itself is a cool deal. That can only cost you as little as $1. If you guys just show up, you throw me $1. I'll put your name in the video. It'll be great. It'll be fun. It'll give everyone that I respect and like, all these people who have helped me develop the channel up to where it is today. It'll give them an opportunity to get recognized. And who knows, if my channel keeps growing at a rate that it can and should, then you guys will be being mentioned by the time I hit that. Who knows? It could be a much bigger channel. Even though we are getting bigger by the day, it's kind of like an IPO. You're making that initial investment to, take a risk and see if you can get lucky. But either way, I want to take the time to thank each and every one of you. So let's get to 100 patrons. I encourage you all to come. Even if you can only contribute $1, that's great. If you can't contribute $1, please just go ahead and go to the page here and hit subscribe and contribute in the comments, and definitely hit the like button if you like what you're seeing here. But also on Patreon, check out my rewards, right? I have some cool rewards. I'll go over them for a minute. I have the first reward, which is at $10, and it's called Bronze Talk, and you can earn a chance to have a direct email correspondence with me, Craig. I will field your questions and provide at least one direct response via email. So this can be about anything. If you guys have a topic idea for a video, if you want to run an idea by me, if you just want to say hi and say thank you, whatever it is, you'll donate the $10. I will provide you with a address to email me at, and then I will give you at least one direct response via email, and that's cool. But then we have a few other ones that we can go into real quick. We have Silver Talk right down here, and what Silver Talk is basically is you can earn a chance to sponsor an episode as an individual. So for $25, I'll give one of my viewers, one of my patrons, the chance to become an individual sponsor of an episode. Now, when I say some exceptions apply, I'm just talking about certain things that I'll get into, but this basically says earn a chance to become a sponsor of an episode, which means I, Craig, will mention your name in one episode of Just Informed Talk, and some exceptions to apply. Can't give me some curse names or bad words, and it can't be, vulgar, and it can't be extreme or lewd. But if it's within reason, I am certainly willing to do it. And, the way Patreon works, if you guys don't know, you can donate, and then you can take back your donation. So nothing's set in stone until it's all put through. So, and I'll tell you, I'll gladly give you back your money if it's not acceptable. But I think that most of the people who would be doing this, it'd be very acceptable. And hey, it helps me. It helps me get money. It helps me run this channel. It helps me stay going strong for you guys. So that's kind of a cool thing to get into. And then for those of you who really want to go for the gusto, we have Gold Talk. And what Gold Talk is you can earn a chance to co-create an episode of Just Informed Talk with me, Craig. And what it says, I, Craig, will work with you, the patron, to create one episode of Just Informed Talk. And some exceptions apply. Same rules. Basically just nothing vulgar, nothing crazy, nothing too out there. But for $100, what that will entail basically is a full set of email correspondences, and we'll go back and forth, and we'll talk about a topic, and we'll develop an idea for an episode. Then I will submit, an episode for approval from you, and we'll talk about how we want to structure it. But you can actually, if you're willing, we can maybe take some audio. You can do a little video. However that works, you can co-create it with me. We'll figure out how to make that happen. I'm doing this all on the fly as usual, but I appreciate you guys because you guys are the best as usual. And like I said, you're the salt of the earth. You guys are the real deal. So come by, check out my Patreon page. Even if you just want to throw $1 in, that's great. I'll take anything I can get. Thank you so much to the 15 people who have already contributed. But going back here, I just want to cover one more thing, and that's God's grace, because it is greater. And without Him, nothing is possible. And I just want to say a prayer with everyone here before we sign off that I think is important, because we need to keep prayer first and foremost in our life. And Here we go. We'll take 1 second. Dear Lord, please be with every single person who is watching this video. Take care of them, bless them, give them all the fruits of their hard labor, and keep them all safe. And let's all be able to work together to fight the evil, to overcome the evil, and to become the people that we are meant to be in your holy name, Lord. Amen. And with that being said, I just want to say thank you all for watching. I'm Craig. This is Just Informed Talk. Godspeed and God bless.